Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. First, the headlines. Reps warn of unrest as federal government Labour meeting deadlocked. Kenya Deputy President Gachagua pleads not guilty in Senate impeachment trial. Ruling party leading presidential polls in all provinces, provisional result in Mozambique. And on sport, on MPFL, Musa scores again as Pillars crush Rangers in Enugu. Now the news in detail. The House of Representatives on Wednesday cautioned that the recent hike in fuel pump price could trigger social unrest. The Green Chamber handed down the warning as a meeting between the federal government and Labour leaders over the increase in petrol prices ended in a state stalemate on Wednesday. Last week, NNPC retail outlets raised petrol prices to 1,030 naira per litre from 897 naira in Abuja, while in Lagos, the price jumped to 998 naira per litre from 868 naira. Other regions experienced similar increases. This is the second price hike in a month, reflecting an increase of about 14.8% or 133 naira. The development triggered higher transportation and food costs across the country. The organized labor and the organized private sector demanded an immediate reversal of the price hike. But addressing the issue during plenary, the House called on the federal government to immediately reverse the hike in the price of petrol and cooking gas, given the current hardship across the country. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, on Wednesday says there is a need to have power grids in different regions or states to put an end to incessant grid collapses. Adelabu also said grid collapses are almost inevitable in Nigeria, given the deplorable state of the country's power infrastructure. According to him, having multiple power grids in each region and state will ensure stability. He noted that the decentralization of the power sector would help the plan to build grids in each region, saying this was made possible by the Electricity Act signed by President Bola Tinubu in 2023. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has seized at least 750 tons of illicit drugs over the past 3 years, according to Chairman and Chief Executive Mohammed Marwa. Marwa made the announcement on Wednesday during the inauguration of the NDLEA Marine Command headquarters in Lagos, a facility built and donated by the British government. He stated that the agency's partnership with other maritime law enforcement agencies had led to a significant uptick in drug seizures and arrests, resulting in the capture of 41 suspects, 15 of whom have already been prosecuted and jailed. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. Announced significant potential to propel Ghana's government industrialization agenda forward, aligning education with economic development, entrepreneurship among the youth. We move to other place. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. Rigathi Gachagua, who faces impeachment, pleaded not guilty in a Senate hearing Wednesday to all allegations, including corruption, inciting ethnic divisions, and support for historic anti-government protests. Gachagua's legal team have presidential candidate of Frelimo, Mozambique's ruling party, leading in all did not meet international standards. They have reported issues including disorganized counting, poorly sealed ballot boxes, voting buying, inflated voter rolls, and intimidation in some areas. Opposition parties, meanwhile, have cried fraud, and at least one of them has called for a nationwide strike on Monday. Another has said to challenge the result in court. Frelimo has governed Mozambique since its independence from Portugal in 1965 and has been consistently accused of rigging elections and allegations it denies. Final results are expected on the 24th of October. Up next is business news. Please stay with us. Business news. The value of the naira depreciated at the unofficial market on Wednesday and as it traded at 1,705 naira per dollar, according to Bureau de Change operators in Lagos and Abuja. On the Nigerian Autonomous Forex Exchange market, domicile on the FMDQ securities, the naira closed trading at 159.69 naira per dollar, indicating a 0.04% depreciation from 1,658.97 naira per dollar that it traded on Tuesday. On the official market, the naira traded at a high of 1,682 naira per dollar and a low of 1,500 to 1,695 naira to the dollar, which it exchanged last week Friday. The World Bank has recently listed the naira as one of the worst performing currencies in sub-Saharan Africa in 2024. The International Monetary Fund on Wednesday said the staff team had visited Senegal to start assessing the implications of data revisions resulting from a government audit of past and current IMF-supported programs. While the certifications of the government findings is pending, IMF staff will continue to work closely with the authorities in the coming weeks to evaluate the macroeconomic impact and outline the next steps, the fund said in a statement. An audit of Senegal's finances, ordered by newly elected President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, showed last month that the deficit at the end of 2023 stood at over 10% of GDP, compared with around 5% the previous government had reported. As a result, the government said it had decided to head with Senegal's request for an IMF disbursement in July, following the fund's review in June. The West African country had since been in discussions with the IMF to take corrective measures. Still to come, sports news. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv, and it's what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. And now on sport news. The Nigerian under-20 men's team, Flying Eagles, are putting finishing touches to their preparation for their participation in the 2024 WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship, scheduled to commence on Thursday in Lome, Togo. Detailing the camp update following their arrival at the Togolese capital city on Tuesday, that the team had its first training session on Wednesday morning at the Omnisport Mini Stadium in Lome, which lasted for 1 hour 30 minutes, with all 20 players participating, and will have a second exercise at the same venue on Thursday before taking on Burkina Faso for their opening game on Friday. No injury concern as all the players have been declared fit by the medical team. The team will embark on one more training session on Thursday morning, Abdallah said cheerfully during an interview with newsmen on Wednesday, scoring off the visitor on the stroke of a win over Sunshine Stars on October 6th. The Kano-based club started the season from the spot after Rangers defender touched the ball inside the box from Ahmed Musa's cross. Zulfikilu Mohammed extended the lead in the 28th minute, his first of the campaign after being set up by Musa to slot the ball home. And that's the sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us. Northern Nigeria on Wednesday for the mass burial of more than 140 victims killed in a devastating tanker explosion. The tragedy occurred in the town of Majiya, Jigawa State, when an overturned gasoline tanker exploded as residents attempted to collect fuel leaking from the truck. The explosion caused widespread destruction, with most victims' bodies left unrecognizable, according to emergency services. Officials also visited some of the injured survivors who are currently receiving treatment at a local hospital. The accident happened around midnight when the tanker driver lost control on the highway, according to police spokesperson Lawan Adam. Before the massive inferno erupted, local residents had rushed to the scene to collect fuel. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that reps warn of unrest as federal government Labour meeting deadlocked. Kenya Deputy President Gachagua pleads not guilty in Senate impeachment trial. Ruling party leading presidential polls in all provinces, provisional request in Mozambique. And on sports on MPFL, Musa scores again as Pillars crush Rangers in Enugu. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph.